Is this what you wanted to see? Me, not at my best. I'm not a machine. But if you think about it, we're going to talk about Genesis 27, where Isaac is close to death. He wants to bless his son. Come closer, my son. Before I die, I will bless you. Alright, Genesis 27. When Isaac was old and his eyes were weak, he could no longer see. He called for Esau and said, my son. And then Esau said, here I am. Isaac said, I am old and I don't know when I'm going to die. So take your bow and arrows and go hunt something for me. Make me something tasty and bring it to me to eat so I may bless you before I die. Remember, this is strange. Isaac favored, he liked Esau better. Even though he knew that Jacob was the one. Remember? God, the one true God, told his father Abraham it would be a covenant with Abraham, then with Isaac, and then with Jacob. So Rebecca, the mom, she liked Jacob better. Sometimes it just happens that way, Parents told you, oh, I like you all the same. At some point you have to just let your parents be human, they have favorites. Now, one thing I have to say, it's unfair. You really should love all your children equally. So Rebecca liked Jacob, and Rebecca was listening in to what Isaac was saying. So when Esau left, Rebecca said to Jacob, I overheard your father. So bring me some food and we'll beat him. We'll beat Esau. Be faster. And I'll make the tasty food that your father likes. And then he will give you the blessing because I don't know what's wrong with the guy. God already told him it was you, Jacob, that are to receive the blessing. Now, my son, listen carefully. Go to the flock. Bring me 2 goats and I'll prepare food for your father the way he likes it. And then take it to your father so he may give you the blessing as God told. So Jacob said to his mother, but Esau is hairy while I have not that much hair. What if my father, tries to see if he's being tricked and he touches me and I would appear to be tricking him and he would curse me instead of blessing me. And then Jacob's mother said, Jacob, let the curse fall on me. Just do what I say. Go and get them for me. I hear that. Let me just stop there and say that sometimes Christian women wonder, where are the good women? There are many mentions of bad women like Jezebel, or they seem to do nothing. Or let's think of another bad woman, Delilah, right? The woman who tricked Samson so he got his hair cut off. But here is a woman of faith. She stands by her man, and he almost is going to fail because God's serious. He made a covenant, and he wants Isaac to fulfill his. Not only is he supposed to be, what is it called? Blameless, right? He's supposed to be a good person, and he's supposed to make sure that everyone gets, circumcised. He's supposed to make sure that Jacob is the next covenant guy. And he's starting to fail. So, Rebecca is a strong woman of faith. She's, for some reason, Isaac's dropping the ball and she's going to, catch him and then, get it back on course. So she's Rebecca right here is a very good example of a strong woman of faith, but you know what I mean? She does it behind the scenes. So he went and got them. So Jacob got the food, the meat, brought it to his mother, and he's going in. He's going to go try to get the blessing from his father. So he went in and said, "My father." "Yes, my son," Isaac said. "Who is it?" And then Jacob had to lie. "I am Esau, your firstborn." So see, now we're kind of like, was Jacob really a bad guy? He could have lost being the covenant keeper. He and his mother had to trick the dad so they could get back on course. So Jacob is not a bad person. "I have done as you told me. I hunted and killed something. Eat some of my food so you may give me your blessing." And then Isaac said, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" "The Lord your God gave me success," Jacob said. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come closer so I can make sure you're hairy," because Esau means hairy. Whether you are Esau. So Jacob went closer, and then Isaac said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." Because if you look back here, Rebecca, in verse 16 of Genesis 27, Rebecca, Jacob's mom, put on his hands goat skins. Verse 16. He did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like Esau. So Isaac, he must really have lost a lot of his eyesight. And I don't know, I don't mean to be mean, because Isaac is a great hero in the Bible, but he must have been kind of sick. And nowadays, I don't like to talk about it, but our older folks, they have Alzheimer's or dementia. It's quite possible that Isaac was suffering dementia. "My son, are you really Esau?" And then Jacob had to lie again. Then he said, "Bring me food and I'll bless you." So Jacob brought it to him, and he brought some wine to him. And his father Isaac said, "Come here, my son, and give me a kiss, kiss me." So customs were different back then. He kissed his father, and then Isaac smelled his clothes. And he smelled like Esau, because if you look now at verse 15, we looked at verse 16. Rebecca put Esau's clothes on Jacob, so he smelled like Esau. And Isaac said, "The smell of my son is like the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you heaven's dew and earth's richness, an abundance of grain and new wine. May nations serve you and peoples bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may the sons of your mother bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed." After Isaac finished blessing him, Jacob left, and then Esau came in from hunting. He said, "Fathers, please sit up and eat some of my game food so you may bless me." And his father Isaac said, "Who are you?" "I'm Esau." And Isaac started to tremble violently. I think he was angry. "Who was it then that brought it to me earlier? I ate it, and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed." So once Isaac blessed that blessing, that was it, Whoever you blessed is the next covenant keeper. Remember, it's Abraham, Isaac, and then it'll be, God said it should be Jacob. When Esau heard his father's words, he burst out with a loud and bitter cry, which is a shout, and said to his father, "Bless me too, my father." But Isaac said, "Your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing." And Isaac said, "Isn't he rightly named Jacob?" Which means he grasps at the heel. This is the second time he has taken advantage of me, took my things, took my birthright. Now he's taken my blessing. And then Isaac said, "I have made him lord over you." His father said to Esau, the older brother of twins. Remember, they were twins, Esau and Jacob. "I have made him lord over you and made all his relatives his servants. And I have sustained him with grain and new wine. So what can I do for you, my son?" Esau said, "Bless me too." And then he wept aloud. Back then I don't think they actually cried. They probably shouted, and it sounded like, "Ah." So here we are in verse 39. Isaac answered him, "Your dwelling will be away from earth's riches, away from the dew of heaven above. You will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother." But we all know, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck. Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. He said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill Jacob." When Rebekah heard that, she told Jacob, and she said, "Flee, run away, and live with my brother Laban or Laban in Haran. And when your brother is no longer angry, I'll send word for you to come back. Why should I lose both of you in one day?" So she was afraid they're going to kill each other. Then Rebekah said to Isaac, her husband, "I'm disgusted with living because of these Hittite women. If Jacob takes a wife from among the women of this land, from Hittite women like these, my life will not be worth living." That is Genesis 27. Remember, put God first. And remember, Jesus Christ, He is the light of the world.